you doing today? If you're here for the first time, my name is TMR, and over here we talk reaction and reviews. If you're back again, sis, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. You weren't expecting that, was you? But now that I have your attention, make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel and make sure you click the notification bell, so therefore every time I drop a new video, you will be the first one to know it. All right, thank you. Okay, y'all, what's going on? Happy Friday to everybody. I hope everybody got up and was able to get to their destination today. If you car didn't start this morning, sis, don't get frustrated. I know sometimes it's easier said than done, but trust and believe. I'm a girl who's been there, done that. Trust and believe. When a situation come your way, oh honey, Jesus gonna work it out, okay? Jesus gonna work it out. Jesus gonna work it out. Hey, now we necessarily not going to church right now, but I just want y'all to know that my daddy used to say to me all the time, you can find a way out of no way, okay? So I just wanted to let y'all know that. All right, y'all, so I wanted to talk to y'all really quick. We're not gonna make this video very long because I got some errands I need to run, and I just wanted to holler at y'all while I'm on my way to my first destination. But I wanted to talk to y'all really quick about my video yesterday about my jazzy life. And again, you guys, this video is not to keep going on and on about her video and her situation. I'm trying to get out of here, y'all. They need to cut this bush. But anyway, this video is more just to kind of elaborate a little bit, because I realized once I watched my video back yesterday, because y'all go back and watch my videos, and I realized that although I, exposed myself and told a little bit about my life, that I forgot to talk to the women who may have come across this video and are currently battling with that decision or have recently made that decision. And I just want to let you know, sis, that it's gonna be okay. All right, don't feel bad about the decisions you have to make, because at the end of the day, there is only one judge, one jury, and if you believe in the man above, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. Sometimes people have to do things, and there's no, they have to do what they have to do, and it is what it is. Having to terminate a pregnancy, y'all, is a horrible experience. Some people have to terminate pregnancies not just for horrific things that's happened to them, but for medical reasons. It's all type of reasons. And what I really want to elaborate on about Jasmine and her video was, even if that was the truth, a lot of people saying it's not the truth. And yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you, at this point I don't want to even decipher the fact if it's true or not true, but if she did have to make that choice, you got to think about the mental state for her to even put herself in a position to have to make those type of decisions, especially with her saying that she was carrying twins. Y'all, my whole thing with her in that video was more to say, y'all, even if you are not a black woman and you're watching this video, you have to, you got to kind of listen to what I got to say, because as a black woman and living as a black woman, I understand the persona that black women have. And I talked about this before. They like to categorize black women as being very ghetto, and just like we're not, how can I say this, you guys? They like to categorize black women as being ghetto, or we're not good for anything, or we don't want anything out of life. Which I have to understand is, when you're watching YouTube and you're watching people and they're vlogging their life, you have to understand that everything that you see or hear might not necessarily be the truth. And then some things that you see and hear will be the truth, and you're sitting here like, why you telling us that? You know? Because it's just like, again, everything is not to be seen or heard. You know, when you're born into this world, you're born naked. You don't have any clothes on, right? So people say, okay, being naked is natural. Yes, it is, but it's also private, right? Your body is a private thing. So, you know, that's why we have clothes. That's why we put clothes on, okay? Because you're not necessarily supposed to come outside with anything on. You know, a lot of people's like, you know, a lot of people have that I don't give a care attitude. I don't care what people say about me and what people think about me. And, you know, that might be at the present moment. But a lot of times you find that things that you say and do will come back and haunt you later on down the line. And that's what I'm saying. You know, and I'm going to speak more to the younger generation, our millennials. I just noticed that, you know, they do a lot now on social media because, you know, they want that wow value or that shock value out of you. But what you have to understand is you will get older. You're not going to be young for the rest of your life. And you don't know what direction your life might take. You might be in a position where you might be running for a political office. You can never say what's not going to happen when you don't know what could happen. And I just feel like Jasmine putting that type of information out there, although somebody could find it out if they wanted to, but it's just her putting that type of information out there, I just feel like was not in good taste. You know, terminating a pregnancy, you guys, is a very traumatic situation. And a lot of people do things like that, and y'all, they take it to their grave. They never mention it again, because you do have to understand, regardless if you was 1 month, 2 months, or 4 months, you know, it's a life. At the end of the day, it's a life. People think just because you can't feel it and hold it and touch it, that it doesn't matter. But it most definitely does. But with me saying that, that's not to discourage someone who's had to make that decision. And again, you made that decision because you needed to make that decision. And that goes for Jasmine. If Jasmine truly did have an AB and she had to make that decision, then y'all, she just had to make that decision for whatever her reasons are. You know, she wasn't ready, whatever. But she has to live, again, y'all, she has to live with the consequences of that. I just feel like it's just certain things that you shouldn't put out here for people to be a part of. You know, that conversation should have just been between her, the father of the children, her mama possibly, and whatever doctor or whatever she had. You know, if you've never been to a AB clinic, y'all, they don't even have people there that you can talk to after the procedure. You know, they basically make sure you don't pass out on your way out the door, and they give you some cookies and some juice and to bring your blood sugar level back up, and it's over with. Yeah, you know, they basically send you out the door, having you to deal with them consequences on your own. They truly do. So that's why I don't understand why she told that story like she did, and in as much detail. To me, I feel like I guess she figured the more details she tells, the more believable people would want to think of her video. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, y'all. You know, you can't save the world, but if you can do right, and you could teach your children to do right, and it could just, you know, migrate throughout generations of starting trying to teach our children, you know, how to be, you know, to respect yourselves, you know. And again, having an AB is not necessarily disrespecting yourself, because again, people have that procedure done for a multitude of reasons, and those are their reasons. People say things like, I'm nobody's role model, or stuff like that. But here on social media, you are called an influencer. You're a social media influencer, and Jasmine, being a social media influencer, you can just tell by her chat when she goes live on her chat how many women that watches her and really enjoys her channel, congratulate her on her mommy skills, whatever whatever, and I just feel like, what are you giving people? I can't even say that, y'all. It's just, it was just very distasteful. I'm just gonna say that, y'all. And I'm sorry. I just, it just amazes me the things that people will do for money. And then you say, okay, yes, of course it's for money. Every video she puts on her channel is for the dollar, right? But I just feel like she could have told that story in a very different way to get a much better response. It's like I said, you guys, hopefully with age comes maturity. And I would just hope that the more Jasmine age, the more mature she becomes. Because to tell that story, the way she told that story, honey, I was amazed. I was astonished. I couldn't believe she did that. I really didn't. I couldn't believe it, y'all. But, it is what it is. It's just so much going on in the world. It's so much going on social media, our country, in our cities. And then you go to YouTube and you see stuff like that, and you just be sitting up here like, really? Especially for the women who can't have children, not, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys. When you talk on your channel, you try to be very sensitive to all audiences, but sometimes you can't. It's just hard. And a lot of times you can say something and you don't mean no disrespect, but I mean, it's just what's going on with you, and it might offend others, but you're not trying to offend people. I just don't feel like that girl has the right influences in her life. I really feel like if the people that she calls her friends, that, y'all, when Chrissy told her story, when she told her story about the whole, her having the AB, y'all, she was sitting in the hotel room. She told it just very calmly, with feelings, emotions, empathy, this, that, and the other. Even when Olivia told her story, she told it much better than what Jasmine did. And I would think with those two ladies being, friends outside of YouTube and on YouTube, I would think that Jasmine would have threw the ideal around to them of what she wanted to discuss, or like she said she did have one. So even with her going through what she's going through, and them asking, well, are you gonna make that a video? Are you gonna put it on YouTube? And of course she said yes. I would think at that point they would have said, well, Jasmine, if you're gonna tell the story, tell it like this. I'm sorry. I feel like, when Chrissy told her story, she told it much better, to where she had people really feeling sorry for her. You can't feel sorry for Jasmine, especially the way she told the story. You can't feel sorry for her. You just cannot. And maybe, y'all, of course she don't want nobody to feel sorry for her. I would think she wouldn't. But even if you wanted to, it's so hard to. Yeah, I have a daughter, and she's heavy in social media. Okay, and the only thing I stress to her is, baby, don't put stuff on there that you'll regret later. I encourage her that. I get you. Y'all want to be fun and cute with the social media and the pics and the little sayings and stuff. I said, but don't put stuff on there that you will regret later on. You know? I don't know, y'all. We'll talk about it. You know, we'll talk again, okay? I'm going to see y'all in the next video, because I just, the more I think about it, the sadder that I get for her, you know? Because she just seems like a misguided missile, y'all. Until the next time, I will see y'all in the next video. Remember, y'all, what you love.